Good morning guys, for another sunny day here in beautiful Bali, Indonesia. For today's video, I want to share with you guys what it's like in Bali right now with the COVID situation, with the restrictions, with the curfew, with sort of mini lockdown, and just to show you guys what it's like to be living or traveling in Bali right now and what sort of restrictions are in place for COVID. So first of all, if you're riding a scooter in Bali, you have to wear a mask. So as I'm heading out right now, I'm just going to put my mask on, I'm going to put my helmet on. Yes, you have to wear a mask, you have to wear a helmet. And while the rule has always been in place, right now they're actually stopping people and starting to fine people who are not wearing a mask. In some ways, Bali is a little bit strange, as if you are found not wearing a mask, there is two punishments. Either one, you are made to do push-ups, and no, I am not joking, you are actually made to do push-ups on the street, or you could pay a 100,000 rupiah fine, which is about $7 or $8. Sadly, this means that a lot of foreigners are actually just laughing off the punishment, and a lot of people are still going around on their scooters and not wearing their masks. Okay, so COVID restrictions aside, I thought you guys might be interested to know what exactly is open in Bali right now. Is Canggu busy? Is Kuta busy? Are the beaches open? Are the restaurants open? Or is everything closed like the news might have you believe? You will actually see signs in a lot of the areas telling you what to do and what not to do, such as use sanitizer, wear your mask, stay away from groups. They have an app, and also obviously saying hello, wave your hands and don't shake hands, and sit apart. Okay, so if you're wondering if the beaches are open, the answer to that is yes. The beaches here are open, but they are very, very quiet. So right now I'm here at Pereranan Beach, which to be fair is always one of the more quiet ones. There is about maybe 6 or 7 surfers in the water. The beach to my right is totally empty, and the beach to my left is pretty empty as well. That is the Echo Beach, and then it goes on to like Old Man's, Batu Belong and Barawa. These are all the beaches in Canggu, which is probably one of the more popular areas for digital nomads here in Bali. So you've got Canggu, Seminyak, Kuta and then Uluwatu. Right now most people have left Ubud and have moved to either Canggu or Uluwatu, and honestly the rest of Bali is very quiet. Seminyak is totally dead, Kuta is totally empty, loads of the bars and restaurants have closed down. Oh, these waves are quite big, and there's not really anyone there because normally that is where the Australian tourists go, and Australia is closed for travel. Bali is essentially closed for travel, so people aren't really coming here. So you might not have known this, but most of the beaches in Bali are black sand. So in this part of Bali, Canggu and Kuta and West Bali, all the beaches are black sand, super black, super dark. And then in Uluwatu and Nusa Dua is probably the only places in Bali where the sand is actually white and the water is crazy blue. Here the water is a little bit darker as well. So yeah, you can see the beaches here are pretty quiet. I am going to take a walk over now to Echo Beach because there are actually some beach bars and restaurants there. So that's kind of going to give you a proper indicator to show you if there's people around. And I will say at sunset, there's nearly always people on the beach, because even if people are working during the day, they tend to come down here onto the beach for sunset, maybe for a sunset beer. But right now with the curfew, everyone needs to be home, or restaurants need to close at around 7 p.m. So it's just enough time to see the sunset. and then head home before the curfew. How are the waves today?
It's so fucking good.
Yeah?
Crazy and so pumping.
And nice and quiet?
Nice and quiet. No.
No one fighting for the waves?
No one fighting because no one knows that place.
Oh, secret place.
That is my secret place.
Okay. So here guys, you can see a small little beach bar. This is a coconut bar right by the beach. And this bar is actually made of coconuts. All these coconut shells. So you can sit here. Okay, so this is the Echo Beach area. As you can see, there's a lot of sort of deck chairs on the beach, and there's some beach bars. It's very quiet in the daytime, like I said, especially right now, but it does get a bit busier at sunset. These streets are totally deserted. I have never seen these streets so quiet in all the 4 years I've been living in Canggu. So as you could see, that Canggu was pretty busy, but as you get into Seminyak it got quieter, and now that we're in Kuta the streets are totally empty. There's loads of shops closed down, and even the mini marts are closed. Pretty crazy. Yeah, I hope you guys are getting an idea of what's open and what's not. Really, Canggu is fully open and the rest of Bali is kind of quiet, kind of dead, everything's closed. I would imagine a lot of things will never reopen. It's pretty sad. So to show you guys how busy everything is, I thought I would go to one of the most popular cafes here in Seminyak, which is called Kind Community. Normally this cafe would be super busy. There'd be like a line, all the Instagrammers, the people that like to take photographs would come here, but from what I've heard these days it's not that busy, so let's go check it out. So they've got a little hand washing area, which is good. Thank you. In here is it, or? Oh, restaurant is in here. Hello, how are you? Good. How are you? Good. Just one person.
This one. So we pull the table, but just we have the table share. It's okay for
Yeah. Okay, so apparently this place has a special today where all the meals are 50k, which is literally like €2.50, maybe $3. So that's pretty crazy. The entire menu is 50k, and that's probably why it's actually quite busy. So you can see the menu here. It's fully vegan, I believe. How cute is this? They've literally spelt my name out in the bowl, in my smoothie bowl. Thank you. So as you can see, it really does depend on what part of Bali you are in. Canggu is probably the only busy part of Bali right now. People have moved to Canggu, people have moved to Uluwatu. Ubud is empty, Seminyak is empty, and Kuta is empty. Yes, the restaurants and cafes in Canggu are open and the beaches are open, but as you can see in places like Seminyak and Kuta, it really is very empty. So I hope this video gave you guys a little idea of what's open in Bali and what's not, and also what the current restrictions are here in Bali, Indonesia.